How does societal well-being influence our perceptions and treatment of intellectually disabled individuals? Let's delve into this thought-provoking question. Historically, individuals with intellectual disabilities were often seen more as burdens rather than vital members of our communities. This outlook, unfortunately, has shaped the way disability services have been designed and delivered, with a primary focus on mitigating perceived negative impacts on the societal well-being. Imagine a society, a community, where everyone's well-being is considered and valued. The societal well-being we speak of isn't just about physical health or economic prosperity. It's about creating a sense of belonging, fostering inclusivity, and recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every individual. And this includes our friends, family members, and neighbors with intellectual disabilities. When societal well-being becomes the cornerstone of disability services, it influences the way we allocate resources and design support systems. It goes beyond just providing care and assistance. It's about creating opportunities for individuals with intellectual disabilities to access education, employment, and healthcare. It's about recognizing their potential and contributions, and not just their needs. However, this positive shift doesn't happen overnight. It requires us, particularly educators and caregivers, to engage in a process of self-reflection. This means critically examining our attitudes and biases towards individuals with intellectual disabilities. It's about fostering empathy and creating supportive environments where everyone feels valued and included. In the same vein, students also benefit from this process of self-reflection. It helps them understand and appreciate diversity and develop empathy and compassion towards their peers with intellectual disabilities. It's about teaching them that every person, regardless of their abilities or disabilities, has a unique value and role in our society. But let's not forget, viewing individuals with intellectual disabilities solely as social risks can perpetuate stigmatization, marginalization, and discrimination. It's a perspective that denies them their inherent dignity and rights, leading to paternalistic attitudes and policies that restrict their autonomy and self-determination. It is clear that societal well-being plays a significant role in shaping disability services and our perceptions of intellectually disabled individuals. It's about striking a balance where societal well-being doesn't overshadow individual rights, dignity, and autonomy. After all, a society that values and respects all its members is a society that truly thrives. While societal well-being is crucial, we must also consider the merits and drawbacks of such a perspective. When we prioritize societal well-being, we create a framework for resource allocation and support systems that benefit both individuals and the broader community. Think about it. When we address the needs of intellectually disabled individuals, including access to education, employment, and healthcare, we're not just helping them. We're promoting inclusivity and enriching our communal life. We're fostering a society where everyone has a role to play and everyone's contribution is valued. But let's not forget the flip side. Prioritizing societal well-being can have negative impacts, especially when it's not balanced with individual dignity and rights. Viewing intellectually disabled individuals solely as social risks can lead to stigmatization, marginalization, and discrimination. It's an outlook that denies them of their inherent dignity and rights, and it can give rise to paternalistic attitudes and policies that restrict their autonomy and self-determination. In its extreme form, it exacerbates social disparities, creating a society where the intellectually disabled are viewed as burdens rather than integral members. That's not a society any of us would want to live in, is it? In essence, while societal well-being is important, it's not the be-all and end-all. We need to consider the merits and drawbacks of such a perspective and find a balance that respects and upholds the dignity and rights of all members of our community. We need a society that sees the value in all its members, that understands the richness and diversity of the human experience, and that makes room for everyone to thrive. So, how do we achieve this balance? It starts with self-reflection, with understanding our attitudes and biases towards intellectually disabled individuals. It continues with feedback mechanisms that help us assess and improve our practices, and it culminates in a commitment to inclusivity, equity, and respect for human diversity. Balancing societal well-being with individual dignity and rights is a complex but necessary task. It's a challenge, no doubt. But it's a challenge worth taking on for the sake of a society that truly values and cherishes all its members. After all, isn't that the kind of society we all want to be a part of? How can educators and caregivers improve their understanding and treatment of intellectually disabled individuals? This question leads us to the importance of self-reflection and feedback in education. Self-reflection is an essential tool for educators and caregivers. By examining their own beliefs and practices, they can gain a deeper understanding of their attitudes and potential biases towards intellectually disabled individuals. This introspective process fosters empathy and inclusivity, helping educators and caregivers to see past societal stereotypes and to recognize the inherent value and potential in every individual. Imagine a teacher who, through self-reflection, realizes that she has been unconsciously favoring certain students over others. This awareness empowers her to make conscious changes in her teaching approach, ensuring that all students are given equal opportunities to learn and grow. Similarly, a caregiver who recognizes his own biases can work towards cultivating a more nurturing and supportive environment, promoting the well-being and autonomy of those under his care. Feedback also plays a critical role in education. It serves as a mirror, reflecting the effectiveness of teaching methods and support systems. By soliciting feedback from students, educators gain valuable insights into their experiences, challenges, and preferences. This information enables them to tailor their support more effectively, ensuring that they meet the diverse needs of intellectually disabled students. For instance, a teacher might discover through feedback that a particular teaching method is not working for a student. Armed with this knowledge, she can adapt her approach to better suit the student's learning style. In the same vein, a caregiver can use feedback to assess the effectiveness of the care provided, making necessary adjustments to enhance the quality of support. But the benefits of feedback extend beyond the educators and caregivers. It also empowers intellectually disabled individuals by giving them a voice in their own education and care. They can express their needs, preferences, and concerns, fostering a sense of autonomy and self-confidence. Through self-reflection and feedback, we can improve our understanding and treatment of intellectually disabled individuals. By embracing these practices, we can foster a more inclusive and supportive learning environment where every individual is valued and empowered to reach their full potential. Feedback is not just beneficial for educators and caregivers, it also plays a crucial role in students' development. Indeed, feedback is the compass that guides learners on their educational journey. It's a beacon of light that illuminates the path forward, helping students navigate the vast landscape of knowledge. One of the most significant benefits of feedback for students is the boost in self-confidence. When students receive constructive feedback on their academic performance, they gain a clearer understanding of their strengths and weaknesses. This clarity empowers them to take control of their learning journey, fostering a sense of self-assuredness and competence. Equally important is the role of feedback in promoting self-advocacy. Constructive feedback equips students with the insights they need to voice their educational needs effectively. It helps them articulate their challenges, preferences, and aspirations, enabling them to actively participate in shaping their learning experience. Moreover, feedback cultivates a culture of mutual understanding among students. This is especially true for peer feedback, which fosters a sense of collaboration and empathy. As students give and receive feedback, they learn to appreciate the diverse perspectives and experiences of their peers. They learn to see the world through the eyes of others, enhancing their understanding and appreciation of diversity. In the context of intellectually disabled students, feedback is even more critical. It's a lifeline that connects them to their educators and peers, facilitating their integration into the educational community. Feedback helps them understand their unique learning needs, equipping them with the tools they need to succeed academically and socially. It's a catalyst for inclusivity, fostering a learning environment where every student feels valued, heard, and understood. But for feedback to be effective, it must be delivered in a thoughtful, respectful, and constructive manner. It must be framed in a way that uplifts rather than undermines. It must be a dialogue rather than a monologue. And most importantly, it must always be grounded in empathy, respect, and understanding. Feedback is a powerful tool for empowering students and promoting inclusivity. It's the bridge that connects learners to their potential, helping them traverse the gap between where they are and where they aspire to be. So let's harness the power of feedback to create learning environments that celebrate diversity, foster empathy, and empower every student to reach their full potential. The era of eugenics serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of prioritizing societal well-being over individual rights. This period in history saw a misguided attempt to improve the human race through selective breeding and forced sterilization, often targeting those deemed intellectually disabled. It was a time of immense suffering and gross violation of human rights, all in the name of a supposedly healthier society. At its core, the eugenics movement was a chilling example of what can happen when we see individuals not for their inherent worth and unique contributions, but as burdens or risks to societal well-being. This perspective led to policies and practices that restricted autonomy, marginalized, and discriminated against these individuals. The lessons from this era are clear. We must strive to see human worth through a broad lens, acknowledging the richness and complexity of our shared human experience. The eugenics movement underscores the importance of viewing human worth through a broad lens, respecting the inherent dignity and rights of all individuals. Societal well-being is essential, but it should not overshadow individual rights, dignity, and autonomy. As we've explored today, the way we perceive and treat intellectually disabled individuals carries significant weight in shaping our communities. Prioritizing societal well-being can lead to resource allocation and support systems that benefit everyone, fostering inclusivity and enriching communal life. However, viewing these individuals solely as burdens perpetuates harmful stigmas and denies them their inherent dignity and rights. The lessons of the eugenics era serve as a stark reminder of the dangers of such narrow perspectives. Self-reflection and feedback are vital tools for educators and students alike, fostering empathy, inclusivity, and personal growth. They allow us to challenge our biases, assess our effectiveness, and better meet the diverse needs of all students. In conclusion, disability services should uphold principles of inclusivity, equity, and respect for human diversity. By embracing these principles, coupled with self-reflection and feedback mechanisms, we can create a society that truly values and supports all its members.